parents are always talking about the system and the 60s and how cool it was. Come on, people now, smile on your brother.
And my mom sold out years ago when she had me.
And then they sold me out when they brought me to this hole in the world.
Everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
Gen X. You know, I don't think we're just tired. I think a lot of us are running on a version of burnout that got mistaken for responsibility. And because we still show up, still answer the email, still pay the bill, still keep the car on the road, nobody really calls it what it is, or hell, cares to call it anything. They might call it being dependable, they likely call it being strong, they probably call it adulthood. But I think a lot of us know better, because this doesn't feel like ordinary stress anymore, does it? This honestly feels like carrying too much for too long and then acting like that's just your personality now. That's the part I think people miss. Gen X burnout doesn't always look dramatic, right? It usually doesn't look like a breakdown in the middle of the office like Jerry Maguire. It doesn't look like a public crash, and a lot of the time it looks like just regular functioning. You wake up tired. You check your phone before your feet hit the floor. You start managing things before your brain even has a chance to fully wake up. You drink coffee, but it doesn't really revive you. You're already putting out the day's fires from their pre-dawn embers. Coffee just gets you moving forward now. And somewhere in the background, there's that quiet thought. I've been doing this zombified dance for a very, very long time. That's the Gen X version. No loud collapsing, quiet, stoic depletion. And I think part of the reason it hits us different is because this didn't start at work. For a lot of us, this started in childhood. A lot of Gen X kids learn early how to read a room, how to stay out of the way, be seen, right? Not heard. Hell, usually not even seen. How to figure it out without asking for help, and how to manage siblings, tension, silence, bills, moods, routines, and the emotional weather in the house. That does something to you, and it does it early. It trains you to stay alert. It trains you to think ahead. It trains you to assume that if something goes wrong, you're the one that needs to catch it. And it trains you that, yeah, something's gonna go wrong sooner or later. So now, here we are, decades later, a lifetime later, and we call it being responsible. But sometimes it's really just old vigilance, wearing a nicer shirt and a t-shirt that reads, "It is what it is." That's why Gen X burnout can be hard to spot, because it hides inside competence. We keep moving, we keep producing, we keep showing up, but underneath that, a lot of us are fried, man. We're tired. And the weird part is we don't always even know how to rest. I mean, not really. A lot of us take a break the same way we work. We sit down, but our mind keeps scanning. We watch a show, but we're also checking our phone, recounting the day in our mind, and probably the next day. We try to relax, but we're mentally stacking tomorrow before tonight's even over. We don't really ever even power down. We more or less just reduce visible movement. That's not rest, man. That's standby mode, maintenance mode at best. And if you want a stat that makes this hit harder, here's one. A 2025 Checker Workforce survey found that 76% of workers think leadership roles have become unattractive because of burnout, because of stress and politics. And for Gen X, that rises to 80%. And damn if that doesn't sound low to me. Think about that. The generation that was told to work hard, keep your head down, and earn your way up is now looking at the top and saying, that doesn't even look like it's worth it anymore. That says a lot. I mean, can you sit here and say it was worth it so far? And it's not just work, right? That's what makes this heavier. A lot of Gen X is carrying pressures from every direction at once. Man, you've got work stress, money stress, health stress, parents getting older, kids needing help longer due to where we are as a society. Or if you don't have kids, you may still be the dependable one for everybody else. The one people call. The one who handles things. The one who absorbs the hit time and time again because you're quote-unquote available for it. For the abuse, more or less, right? AARP has reported that more than 60% of caregivers say caregiving increased their stress and worry. That matters because a lot of Gen X is right in that zone now. We're not just tired from jobs, we're tired from being the emotional infrastructure for so many other people. That's why this burnout feels different. It isn't one source, it's cumulative, it's layered, it's old family wiring, adult responsibility, economic pressure, caregiving pressure, and the feeling that no one is coming to take anything off your plate anytime soon. And meanwhile, you're still expected to be grateful. You're still expected to be functional, and you're still expected to smile like this is just normal middle age. I don't think it is. I think a lot of Gen X normalized survival mode. That's why this topic is landing right now. It's why videos on it are popping off. It's why Dane and Bright's video took off, because people aren't just hearing a phrase, they're hearing recognition. They're hearing somebody describe the exact kind of exhaustion that doesn't get sympathy because it still looks productive from the outside. And that kind of recognition matters, because once you name it, you stop blaming yourself for it. You stop saying, why can't I handle this better? And start asking, why have I been carrying this like it's normal? That's a better question. And I'm not saying every Gen X life looks the same, man. It doesn't. Some people are dealing with layoffs, caregiving, health issues. Some are dealing with money pressure, marriages that feel tired. Some with loneliness, and man, some with all of it at once. But I do think there's a shared pattern. We were trained to endure first and explain later. Oh, hell, maybe explain never. So if you've been feeling exhausted in a way that sleep doesn't fix, if you've been resting without actually feeling restored, if you've been holding your life together while feeling like your internal battery is permanently stuck at 3%, I don't think that means you're weak. I think it means your body finally stopped agreeing with the story you've been telling yourself. The story that you're fine. The story that this is just what adulthood feels like. The story that because you can still perform, nothing's really wrong. A lot of the time, something is wrong. Not with you, with the load, with the length of time you've carried it, with how normal overfunctioning became. And that's why Gen X burnout is different. It doesn't start with collapse. It starts with decades of adaptation. And by the time it shows up, it looks so much like your personality that you almost missed it. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't unfeel it. And maybe that's the first useful thing. Now, it's not a miracle fix, man. It's not a fake wellness speech. It's just the truth. A lot of us aren't lazy. A lot of us aren't ungrateful. And a lot of us, most of us, we're not failing. A lot of us are burnt out in a way that got rewarded for so long, nobody even thought to question it. And if that sounds like you, you're not the only one. And honestly, that may be the most Gen X sentence of all. We're still standing, but a lot of us are tired in ways that have a deep, deep history. And I think it's time we talked about that honestly. I love you guys. Thanks for listening.